ready though.
Mm-hmm.
He was on point.
Fired up.
Yes, like
ready to go.
I'm ready.
Like an Obama campaigner. That's what I'm talking about.
We always give you something for your head, something for your heart, and something for your hands to do. We are an intelligent people, so we're excited about the opportunity to be able to provide you credible information for your journey in life. But then we need you to feel something, emote something, and be passionate about something, because that's what will get you up in the morning. And then we want you to take away some things. Faith without works is dead, so we need you to put your hands to the gospel plow and do something to make your tomorrow better than your today. Family, we are back here in the studio. We're so excited about the opportunity to be out in the community. We were out earlier this week with the community, hobnobbing and meeting with the politicians. And
What does hobnob mean?
When you knob a hob.
Kick it?
Hanging out. Hobnobbing. Just kicking it. Nothing official, nothing formal.
With the peeps.
I'll look it up in Webster.
It is.
It is hobnob.
Hobnobber.
It's in the Urban Dictionary.
No, hobnobbing is in the non-melanin dictionary.
Really?
Yeah, it's right along with screw the pooch and
Screw the pooch.
those are
That's in there as well?
terminologies they use, yes.
Now, if you dissect that term, screw the pooch.
It is not one that people from Wakanda came up with.
Oh.
Therefore, they are not likely to be ones who screw pooches.
I
but
know what the
it
word
means-
screw means, but
Well, when you screw the pooch, it really means you made a mistake. Like it's like saying my bad. I really screwed the pooch on that one. Sorry about that.
you know, if the non-melanin people came up, melanin people came up with that, I had to repeat it several times. Make sure I get it right.
Make sure you get it right.
If they came up with that,
White folk.
and their use of words pooch, would they have considered a black person pooch back in the day and maybe said, oh, I messed up and screwed the pooch? I'm just trying to wonder where that term derived from, because it could
Wherever
be
it
very
came from.
racist.
Screw the pooch probably came from the back hills of West Virginia, somewhere where
Or Bama.
somewhere where bestiality is probably appropriate.
Do people do that?
Yeah,
Of course they do.
There's entire
Absolutely.
sites based on that.
Are you for really?
Yeah, it's a real deal.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
People get off on that.
Get somebody else's phone. Don't do it on yours and Google it.
What?
Willi Wax's phone is right there.
I'm gonna go to the public library.
dude, what's
Oh, they got that
No,
stuff.
don't go
Do
to the
not go
public
to the
library.
public
No, because remember you have to sign in with your library card.
Exactly.
So
See,
no.
that lets you
Before
know
you
how
know
often
it.
I've been to the library.
Cops will show up and everything.
Books on
Really?
tape.
Yeah,
Books on
because they
tape.
got laws against
They
that.
watch what you.
You can't do
on the
that.
library. Oh my
course.
gosh! If you're
On
finding
any server.
Yeah, they monitor.
Any server is monitored by whoever the administrator of the server is.
So if somebody, not me, types in how to kill Donald Trump,
Yep.
question mark, they're gonna.
SWAT team gonna be outside.
FBI will be at your door.
Just a matter of
Wow.
fact.
Yes, absolutely.
Just a simple fact, the fact that
Absolutely.
you said that on air has now put a red flag and a target.
I said not me.
We are excited
Look,
to
see,
have Miss
there's a
Divine
drone right there.
Miss Divine here in this Miss Divine.
I love
Miss
all
Divine.
human beings.
Divine.
I love all human beings. I just don't like all human beings' ways. All right.
What's your address?
But let
Social
me tell
security
you.
number?
Let me tell you real quick.
Date of
Let me
birth?
touch on politics right quick. Trump
Wait,
got
can
his
we introduce
issues.
our guest real quick
One
so they know
second.
who we
Yeah,
were?
we gonna do that. Absolutely, yes, ma'am. Trump got his issues, but when I tell you he is an intelligent businessman,
He's a clever.
he's a
He's
clever.
a clever. He's not intelligent.
Thank you.
He's
Thank you for
clever,
that correction.
not intelligent.
I concur. He is a clever businessman.
Well, what's the difference between intelligence and being smart? What I've been told is that intelligence derives from street smarts, and smart is from book smart. So with that definition, is Trump book smart or is he street smart?
Street smart.
Street smart.
But
With
I
that
just
being-
say clever for the. I'm sorry to cut you
No, you're
off.
good,
I just
you're
say
good.
clever because he's not book smart, and he's clever in his tactics and
Yes,
the way that he
strategies.
manipulates
Yeah.
things, and that's
Which
why
makes
I
him
believe-
intelligent. Because he has street.
Let's ask our guest. Go ahead and introduce yourself, sir.
He's
how
like,
you guys-
Willy Wonka. No, I'm just playing. I'm playing.
How are you guys all doing? My name is Willi Wax, owner of Willi Wax Security Business Incorporated. And of course, I believe that Donald Trump is most definitely street smart. His intelligence level, the way he speaks and the way he puts himself off onto our nation, of course, is unacceptable. But as you did say, his cleverness in his business ways and how he maneuvers, that is most definitely one of the reasons why he has so much money and is able to politic and become president of the United States of that one.
Yeah, what do you think, Guns?
I still don't like to use the word intelligent for him because there is a difference. If I put someone with a PhD in the medical field next to a street pharmaceutical, peewee, I'm not going to say they're both intelligent. The one, because you've got to be able to define the word intelligence when you're talking about the two different ones. Intelligence can mean street smarts, but Dr. Sini is not going to be the same as Junebug. They're not going to thrive in each other's environment.
Although Junebug
just
might
because
have more
they're
money.
intelligent. He will. But either way, when we're talking about intelligence, they're not going to thrive in each other's environment. So when you're separating the term intelligence, I just like to say that he's clever. He's not intelligent. If he was street smart, some of the things that he does say, he wouldn't say. Because he don't go to the streets. Trump won't go where Junebug is and say the things that he's saying.
Right.
So that makes him a coward.
But
If
he's
you
clever.
done- He's clever.
He'll do it
say
around
it,
security.
He'll do it around MAGAs.
Do you
all
think
the way
that
around.
he sends people to the community to gather intelligence,
Oh, absolutely.
intel, and bring it back to him so that he knows how to manipulate, how to swerve,
AKA
how to move?
Spies.
Every
That's all that
president,
is.
right? Every president is based
that.
upon. I've always seen, especially working in the government for as long as I did, they're the face of the nation, but they are not the knowledge of the nation at all. And they are who they are because they are clever or intelligent enough to work with the different entities from federal on down in order to get what they want. What
From
their
the
ideas.
blacks to the whites
To the Hispanics,
religious
to the Asians,
to the
to the
atheists
international,
to the
to-
KKKs to the country folk. They have to be able to speak everybody's language. So when you talk about a person being able to be multilingual, the president needs to be multilingual.
Ours is not.
True.
He's not multilingual.
That's how he got into office. Though.
No, he was majority lingoed. He spoke
That's
to
true. That's true.
He did not
He
speak
spoke to the
us.
electorate.
He
He did not
did.
speak to the majority
He did
because the majority did not vote him into office. The
Exactly.
electoral college did.
Right.
So,
What are
yeah.
your thoughts on Obama compared to
Oh Lord.
He put a
She's
big old smile on his
right.
face.
Of
You didn't
course.
get your 40 acres and a mule on them. What you happy for?
Well, I mean,
First of all, I don't want no mules. Who's gonna clean up that poop?
I need to
Me a horse.
horse. Well, I mean, of course, he is our first black president, which is, historical in nature. As of their standpoints for our nation, they are on two different waves. When I think of Obama was very minority based. He was trying to give back. But where I think of Trump is more on the let's get us out of debt by any means necessary, which puts us in a very tough position because he brings a lot of people into our mix that I believe should be more so excluded. But on their standpoints, you can't really compare them except for saying that they're two different presidents because their standpoints and basis on what they believed in for our nation are two completely different subjects.
And Trump is talking about getting us out of debt, but not with a $2.45 billion wall.
Yeah.
That's putting us.
Yeah.
We could have
That's-
used that, and
Do you know
he
what you
took
could
the
use
money.
$2.5 billion for?
And he took the money from our defense
Yeah.
system, from our war fighters, from those that create the liberty and freedom and justice for all. He took it from them, which means some submarines gonna sink because they're not gonna get potholes filled up. You only get 5 bullets instead of filling up your whole magazine. I mean, there's a deficit that he's taken away from his very own. And at some point, I believe that it was no longer about the security. It was about making a point. I want a wall dag nabbit, and I'm gonna get
That
one by
was
any means
his
necessary.
campaign promise. So whenever you run for office, if you do not do your campaign promise, you will not get reelected. So that was his campaign promise, and unless he gets that pushed through, he will not get reelected.
I would like for the listeners to know again who our guest is in studio. You guys are familiar with us three, but reintroduce yourself again for those just tuning in and tell people about your company, what you do, and how they can get in contact with you, please.
So my name, once again, is Willi Wax. I am the owner of Willi Wax Security and Bodyguarding. It is easiest to get through to me through my phone number, 704-277-7458, or 704-277-7458, or on my social media, Willi Wax 04, WILLI, no E, WAX 04.
Gotcha.
My business is the protection of others. When doing what I do, it is very important to keep a very strategic mindset. I study Greek warfare very often because their strategic standpoint on how they go into battle is of an excellent nature, in my opinion. So whenever I go and accept a client, because not all clients are accepted, not all clients are on a particular business standpoint that I believe is acceptable for my men to be put in. So when I go in, it is of the most imperative nature that everything is controlled, even in the midst of chaos. Because while chaos is going on, I still intend to get my person out of that chaos and to where they need to go, or to get to their children or family safe. So it's just about observation, staying calm, and most definitely just paying attention. Paying attention will keep you out of a lot of bullets ways and a lot of different situations where really it can get quite intense. Generally, it doesn't always get intense. Sometimes it's just a wonderful, smooth night, but you always got to be prepared, because some people don't always have the intention, and the devil most definitely does send his own minions to destroy what you've built.
Okay.
Do you
He done
protect?
said Greek. When
I
he
said
said
Game
Greek,
of Thrones. That's the first thing I thought
look,
about.
my first thing was Spartan,
Yeah.
prepare
Yeah,
for glory. And you just got a mute face, huh? What was the first thing come to mind when he's talking about studying Greek?
Whether or not he protects politicians.
Oh, that's a good
Yes,
question.
Yeah.
most definitely.
In the political season, obviously, you got council people that are running for office. You have presidents. I think the RNDC is being held here in Charlotte
Yes, it is.
next year. So there's going to be a lot of political individuals in the place. So how does your company tie into protecting politicians?
The way my company, is actually a really great question, because that is something that I've been looking into. Whereas politicians stand, it is a very lucrative business to get with politicians, because of course they do need security, because they are on a international basis with what they do. Coming into something like that, it is very important to have your business aspects correct. Generally with politicians, they contract multiple businesses to all protect them, especially like the Secret Service, FBI, police department. That's why you see so many different resources around them at hand. To be something like that, it takes about 5 years. You need military experience, as well as they like for you to have police experience or SWAT experience on top of that. So that is a very difficult business to enter into. Now, I will tell you, I do take all types of classes, and I am acquiring license after license after license. But as of right now, with the Democratic Convention coming here, I have been trying to get into my connections to make sure that the politicians know exactly who Willi Wax is by the end of it.
Will you die for me?
Oh yeah, that's my job.
You're tuned in to the Popular Hour here on WDRB Media, the voice of the community.
Yo, we got to get it more into that, because you ended it on a very serious note. Will you die for me? But what did the Joker say in Suicide Squad? He said, no, that's too easy. Will you live for me?
Yeah.